Hey guys, today I am super excited. I get to do one of my favorite things. Hey guys, today I am super excited. I get to do one of my favorite things. I get to help out students. I used to be an occupational therapist at a university hospital in Madison, Wisconsin, which was a teaching hospital. And being an occupational therapist, I always gave back to the OT program, and I took students there during their residency, and that's what is needed to be done to actually complete and finish your license as an OT. So what I get to do today, living on the road, I still get to be involved with things like that. I am going to be doing a Zoom call with students out of Rutgers University in New Jersey, and we are going to do a Q&A. They are interested in where I used to work and what I did at my job, and so hopefully I can take you guys along and we can do a video of us zooming with the student, and I get really excited about interacting with them and teaching them about what it is that I used to do as an OT as they continue their education in the occupational therapy program. So I will take you guys along when the Zoom meeting starts, so we will see you then. So we're having a little bit of technical difficulties. I did in the beginning as well, so I missed part of the intro with the students here, and now we got disconnected, so we're getting reconnected with Zoom.
Let's go to the practice setting itself. Can you describe to us how is your typical work day, let's say in the hospital for now?
Okay. Teaching them how to be independent now that they're a spinal cord patient, or now that they can only use, one upper extremity. So that would be, the morning care, and then in the afternoon and from then on, we would have patients that we would either bring down to our clinic downstairs, or we would work upstairs depending on the level of the patient, if they were able to get out of bed yet or not. Work on anything from cognitive retraining to neuromuscular retraining, eating program, fine motor program, what am I trying to say? A big variety, of course, depending on the patient and their diagnosis. I loved both settings because when you worked on the inpatient unit, you really, really got to know the patients and their families. You not only dealt with the patient themselves, but you had to deal with the husband, the wife, the kids. We had family meetings. How were we going to get this person home in the condition that they were in? We worked extremely closely with the nursing staff, and we worked so closely with the doctors themselves. So it was a very cohesive unit being on the inpatient itself.
And what was the workday compared to the outpatient setting when you worked there?
So the outpatient setting, I usually knew my schedule. Again, those patients were scheduled in advance, but the killer or the bonus, or I thrived on it, was the walk-in days, the unknown. So I could have 13 patients scheduled, but then on top of that, we would have orthopedic and plastic docs sending patients constantly to have splint made, to have wound and care and sutures removed. And so I think the record was, on top of my schedule of 13 patients, we also had 21 walk-ins in one day. So that could always be very unpredictable. But I thrived on chaos, and I did my best work then. So I thoroughly enjoyed it. Whereas you had to have a certain mentality to be able to tolerate an environment like that. And in that specific clinic, we were such a team that we would just keep rolling and transferring, and okay, you got this, I got that, all right, I'm done with this, I'll do that. And so that was a very cohesive department to work in, because you had to in order to function. We worked very closely with the doctors, but we also worked very closely with their nurses, because of course they're very busy, and we don't have access to them all the time, so we would often page their nurses to ask them questions, to get a hold of the doctor. But another important thing is, which I dealt with often, and you will too, is a lot of patients, specific with trauma, they're really dealing psychologically with a lot of stuff. So I would often refer them to outpatient psychiatrists or psychologists to work closely together, specifically if it was a really deforming injury. I had we dealt with burn patients, and there was a lot of trauma that went with that, which impacted their ability to do their rehab. So we would collaborate with the psychologists or the psychiatrists too on how to approach these patients specifically.
How you work in an outpatient setting, like you mentioned, you thrive in the chaos. That kind of inspired me.
Yeah.
No, I loved hearing about your experiences, because you've seen a lot of different settings, which is really cool to hear about, so we get more of an idea of different places that we could work in, especially since it's our first semester in the program.
Right.
So that's amazing. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I love doing this with you guys. I love doing this, for Deb, and I still miss my job. But that's okay. I am living another life and love what I'm doing right now too, and I still get to do this and still get to teach students and be a part of that. And I wish you guys well. You'll love being a COTA.
Yeah. Thank you so much. We really appreciate your time.
Bye.
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 Stay warm.
Thank you.
Have a great day, guys.
On your road trip.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
So you could tell in my voice how jazzed I get working with students and getting to share my experiences as an occupational therapist and what that was in part of my life. And I still have that in me, and I still have that even just meeting people on the road. And if I see somebody that needs help, it's just in part of my blood, in my well-being, and I feel the need to even get involved during that time, or even living in the van. And so I get to do these interviews a couple times a year. I also do teaching with some of the universities and do some lectures and some classes. So that keeps me involved and keeps me in part of the OT. Once an OT, always an OT. So thanks for watching, guys. I know this video is way different than any of the van life, any of the van build or traveling on the road, but this is part of who I am. So we will see you on the next video.